fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. My name is Chris and I am an artist. It's actually harder to say than I thought it would be. I am an artist. Were I to be an artist and a sculptor, I am able to sculpt and make art for the rest of my life, uninterrupted, in my art studio. I'd be in seventh heaven. And I'm married to an artist too, a sculptor, Nikki. Were she to have the same ability to shut the door in her artist studio undisturbed, make art safe just because she can, and just because she wants to, she would be delighted. She'd be in seventh heaven. And together, we have a daughter, much adored daughter, Olivia, who's 5. And we say to one another, she's going to be an artist too, isn't she, Nikki? She is, Chris, yeah. And maybe it's misplaced, biased for her enthusiasm for throwing paint against the walls and drawing on the carpets and scribbling on the duvet cover. But we still say, isn't she marvellous? Isn't she a great artist? She's going to be a great artist. So I can't take that for granted though, can I? Because she could be anything. You know, she might grow up to be a snooker player or a truck driver. Heaven forbid she turns out to be, her daily banter is, would you like fries with that, sir? I can't ponder on these things, and who knows what she will be. What did I turn out to be? Well, Nikki and I run a creative business together. What do we make? Well, I'll come to that in a minute. Let me take you back to the beginning of my journey. I was born 100 miles north of London in a picturesque market town called Stamford in Lincolnshire. Stamford has 52 pubs and 7 churches. So my friends and I grew up drinking religiously. Besides the drinking culture though, Stamford's a beautiful ancient market town, and it's where my parents chose to set up their antiques business. The antiques trade goes back decades in our family actually, and numerous members of the Cox family, in fact all the ones that I know, are antique dealers or artisans. And so I was surrounded, I grew up surrounded by art, antiques, and all the dealings, all the pleasure and enthusiasm that went with the arts. And it got me to thinking, what else would I be if I wasn't in art circles? So I did some research. And I looked at my contemporaries. Now I was born in 1975, so I looked up other people in the public eye that were born in 1975. And the first person that I came across was Jamie Oliver. He'd done so well for himself. Wow, international restaurateur, famous chef, and known to us all, on the telly, on the radio, entering politics now. Heard him on the radio today. So you've got to take your hat off to him. He's done very well in his first 40 years. And the second person I came across was Sean Lennon. Okay, he was born famous, you might say. But I'm a huge Beatles fan, and it sort of resonated to me that he was born exactly the same year, almost the same month as me. So John and Yoko conceived Sean when my parents conceived me. Kind of floated my boat. Now thirdly, David Beckham. He was born very close to me, within days. He's done stratospherically well. I'm not mad about football, but I have to take my hat off to him. He's done incredibly well on and off the field. Brandon Beckham, today we're told, is worth £500 million. Hand counting. So, what did I do? Well, at the age of 8, I resolved that I would go to art school. Then I made it to art school. I came down to Women's School of Art School, where I met my wife studying sculpture. And together we left enthusiastic about our trade, and we set up a business making artisan furniture, lighting, sculpture items for the home. We set up in our shed and got to work, pouring bronze, welding, turning stuff down, lading stuff, polishing stuff, making molds, you name it, everything that we'd learned on our degree. And fast forward 15 years, we are now 20 people in a larger industrial premises, making the same things, applying all the same trade and artisan techniques that we'd learned at college and the years between. And we have in some way now crossed paths with some of the celebrities that I mentioned earlier on. Jamie Oliver. Well, I've never met him, but we've made quite furniture for his restaurants. It's quite cool. Sean Lennon. Well, I've never met Sean or any of the Beatles, but we have spent quite a lot of time in Paul McCartney's house, just tweaking his chandeliers and making wall lights for him, etc. And every time I'm there as a Beatles fan, I pinch myself, looking at his psychedelic piano in McCartney's house. And thirdly, I'm about to be retarded like this man, David Beckham. David Beckham and Victoria, I'm delighted to say, commissioned us to make a chandelier for their master bedroom in their new house in London this year.
Whoa.